Have you ever felt like you want to change your life, but everything just seems overwhelming? Maybe you look at successful people and think, I could never do that. I could never be like them. Or maybe you've tried to make a big change. Maybe you started a diet, a new job, a relationship, or a routine, only to quit after a week when nothing really changed. If that's you, you're not alone. Today, I want to share an idea that can completely transform the way you look at progress, success, and happiness. It's not a magic trick. It's not about working harder or waiting for the perfect moment. It's about the power of small decisions, the 1% difference. What if you could become the person you want to be, not by changing everything at once, but by changing just a tiny bit each day? Imagine, right now, making just one small, almost invisible change to your routine. Not a big leap, just a little step. What happens if you do that every single day? Today, we're going to explore how the 1% rule can change every area of your life, if you give it the chance. Let's start with a truth most people don't want to hear. Big changes almost always fail. Not because you're weak or lazy, but because our brains are designed to resist massive, sudden shifts. Think about the last time you tried to make a huge change. Did you try to quit all your bad habits at once? Did you try to wake up 2 hours earlier, go to the gym, and cut out all sugar overnight? It probably worked for a few days, or even a few weeks, but eventually life got in the way. You were tired, busy, or stressed, and you slipped back into your old routines. That's not a failure. That's just being human. The good news? There's a better way. It starts with understanding the real science behind habits and change. Here's where things get interesting. If you improve just 1% every day for a year, you don't end up 365% better. You end up almost 38 times better than when you started. That's the magic of compound growth. But in real life, 1% is almost invisible. It might be one more glass of water, one extra minute of studying, one push-up, one small act of kindness. At first, it feels like nothing. There's no applause, no Instagram post, no dramatic before and after. But over time, these tiny changes add up. They become part of who you are. Your routines, your identity. Think about how compound interest works in money. The earlier you start, the bigger your gains become. Because every new percent grows on top of everything you already achieved. Now imagine that same principle applied to your skills, your health, your relationships, your happiness. Let's talk about real life. Maybe you want to read more books. You could force yourself to read a whole chapter each night. Or you could start by reading just 2 pages. That's it. Doesn't sound like much, does it? But if you read 2 pages a night, in a month, you'll finish a whole book. In a year, you might finish 12 or even 15 books without ever feeling overwhelmed. Or maybe you want to get healthier. You could go on a strict diet and try to run 10 kilometers every day. Or you could swap one soda for water. Take the stairs once instead of the elevator. Add one extra vegetable to your lunch. Walk an extra 5 minutes a day. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something, anything, that moves you one step forward. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who wanted to run a marathon. He tried to train all at once, failed, and felt defeated. So, he decided to just walk around the block every day. After a week, he jogged part of it. After a month, he was running half a mile. After a year, he completed his first marathon. Was he the fastest? No, but he finished, and it all started with one block. What's your one block? If you want to make a change that lasts, start smaller than you think is necessary. Make it almost laughably easy. If you want to write a book, write 1 sentence each morning. If you want to meditate, start with 30 seconds. If you want to save money, save 1 coin per day. Why? Because success isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. The real challenge is showing up every day, especially when it's easy to skip. So, how do you make it stick? Pair your new habit with something you already do. Want to floss your teeth? Floss 1 tooth right after brushing. Want to drink more water? Fill your cup while waiting for your coffee to brew. And celebrate every tiny win. Your brain loves rewards, even for small victories. Think of your habits as a snowball at the top of a hill. At first, it's tiny, just a handful of snow. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing bigger and faster. Your daily 1% is that first push. You might not notice progress for days or even weeks, but eventually, it takes off. People will look at you months from now and think, "Wow, how did you change so much?" And the answer will be simple. One day at a time. 1% at a time. Let's look at how this plays out in different parts of your life. Relationships. You don't fix a relationship with one grand gesture. You strengthen it with small acts. Listening, saying thank you, sending a good morning text, giving a hug. Money. Wealth doesn't come from one lucky break, but from hundreds of small, smart decisions. Saving a little, spending less than you earn, learning how to invest. Learning. You don't become an expert overnight. It's about asking one more question, reading one more page, watching one more tutorial. Where can you add your 1% today? It's easy to start strong and then give up when you don't see fast results. We all want instant gratification. But the real secret is this: missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Quitting altogether does. If you slip up, don't get discouraged. Just start again the next day. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. We live in a world where everyone shows off their highlight reels online. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But remember, you don't see their small steps, their struggles, or their days when nothing seemed to work. Don't measure your progress against someone else's finish line. Focus on your own journey, your own 1%. Be patient. Great things take time. So let's make this practical. Grab a pen and paper. Divide it into 4 areas: health, money, relationships, learning. Write one micro action for each. Health. Drink 1 glass of water when you wake up. Money. Save $1 or coin per day. Relationships. Send one message of appreciation to someone you care about. Learning. Read 1 page of a book or article. Now here's a challenge. Choose one micro action and do it every day for the next 30 days. It will feel small at first, but after a month, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. If you made it this far, you're ready to start your 1% journey. Remember, big results come from small, consistent actions. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You just need to take the next small step. Start today. Leave a comment below. What's your 1% action? Subscribe for more content like this, and share this video with someone who needs a little push to get started. Your story is written one decision at a time. Never underestimate the power of small steps. The greatest changes in your life start with something so small, most people won't even notice, except you. Thank you for watching, and remember, your 1% today becomes your 100% tomorrow.